Hey everybody, this is Pat Jennings again from thebizseller.com, and this is our second video on the importance of keeping the sale of your business confidential. In the first video, we covered the big picture and why it's important to keep the sale of your business confidential and the things that can happen, that can go wrong if you don't. And here's a link to that video if you want to watch that. But if you've already watched it, what we want to do in this video is give you 4 specific things that you can do, simple things, maybe common sense things that will help you to protect your confidentiality so that you'll be in a better position to sell your business on your terms and without the pressure of having your employees or your customers or your suppliers getting nervous or talking behind your back. So the first thing is, again, very common sense. This is something we talked about in the last video, but it's really the basis of all this. Don't tell people that your business is for sale if they're not a buyer or if they're not a professional like your accountant or your lawyer who can help you. There's no reason to do that. So I know for a lot of people that's hard because they want to tell their customers, they want to tell their employees, but you'll be better off in the long run and you'll be under less pressure and you'll have more control of the whole sales process if your employees and your suppliers and other people don't know. This way they can't overreact or get nervous or find another job. So just the most basic common thing. Only tell people that the business is for sale if there's someone who can help you with the sale. Number 2, and again, I think this is common sense, but it's something that people don't think about. But when you put an advertisement online for your business, particularly in the description section, don't put your company name or your name in the advertisement, and don't put your exact location. I suggest that you be very vague about where your business is located. If you put the street corner, the intersection that you're located at, and we're at the corner of 4th and Main and we're open from 10 to 6, people will come on down. They will show up unannounced and they will talk to your employees and your customers. Now, I say be as vague as reasonably possible because you also want to be helpful to the person reading the ad. So you don't want to get ridiculous with this, but it's perfectly reasonable to describe your location as South Florida or the Florida Panhandle or Central Illinois. You don't have to get more specific than that. If you put in your advertisement that you're located in Southern California and I'm in Northern California, well, that's enough for me to know I'm not interested because I don't want to move that far away. But if I'm in Southern California and I don't know which town or which part of Southern California, that is an additional reason for me to reply to your ad, to find out where are you located, because the rest of it sounds good to me, but now I need to contact you to find out about the location. So there's 2 benefits to being vague with the location. One is that it does help protect your confidentiality, and 2, it gives interested prospects a reason to respond to your advertisement. And another thing along those lines you can do to protect your confidentiality and give people an incentive to respond to your ad is to never put photographs, pictures of your business in the ad. I know you may have a business with a beautiful storefront and you're proud of it, and that's great, but that's like telling people where you're located and telling them your name, because if they recognize your business, they're going to come down and check it out. But if you don't put pictures in there, that's something you can hold out as an incentive for people to reply. If you let them know you have some great photographs of the business and you'll send them to people once they've responded and signed a confidentiality agreement, well, now you're getting additional people to respond to your ad. But up front, there's no reason to put photographs in there. Even if the website you're using to advertise allows you to put photographs, you don't need to and you shouldn't, because you can't possibly keep your confidentiality if you've got photographs of your storefront in the ad. The next thing is always, without exception, have people who do respond to your ad sign a confidentiality agreement before you give them any other more detailed information about your business. They have to sign this saying that they're not going to share any of the information they learn about you with anybody else. And that is a great way to ferret out the people who aren't really serious about buying the business. Because there's a lot of people out there who want to go into business someday, and they have a little time on their hand, and so they're going to look at some business for sale ads and to respond to them and just see what's out there. But they're not going to sign anything. They're not going to sign any kind of document. That intimidates them. And that's good, because if they won't sign a confidentiality agreement up front, they have not done their homework. They're not serious. They don't know how the selling process or the buying process, from their perspective, works. So never bend on this. Never make an exception. If they want to see your financial statements or they want to see pictures of your business, they have to sign the confidentiality agreement first. And the fourth thing you can do, which is something that we do at thebizseller.com, is collect some additional information up front on this person before you give them any detailed information about your business. So what you need to do is create some sort of buyer information sheet. Or, well, at thebizseller.com, we call it the buyer background statement, where you send that to the person along with the confidentiality agreement and have them fill that out so that you know who you're talking to. Some of the information that you probably want to gather, what we call the details of qualification, are: get some background on this person's business experience. Find out how much cash they have right now available for a down payment. Find out their time frame. Are they looking to buy now, or are they researching because in 2 years they want to think about buying a business? The location, as we talked about earlier. Some people are willing to relocate, some people aren't. So find out how close to their home the business has to be in order for them to buy. Because again, you don't want to deal with someone who lives 500 miles away and they're just using you to do some research, some general background gathering. If they have a resume, if they have online profiles, like on LinkedIn or something like that, ask them to provide that. Then you know who you're talking with. And at this point, you might feel like this person isn't serious enough, they're not qualified enough. You don't have to give them any information about you. But if you are vague with the location and you don't have pictures in the ad, you're going to get people to respond. And that's great, because if someone's not a good prospect, it doesn't take you that long to find out. But if you have a few hurdles up front, the background statement, the confidentiality agreement, you can eliminate people who aren't right for your business and deal with the people who are left. So it doesn't take long to eliminate the people who aren't right. So there's nothing bad that's going to happen if you get responses from your advertisement from people who aren't qualified or who aren't right for your business, because usually if you have a process in place like this with a background statement and with a confidentiality agreement, you're going to be able to eliminate the people who aren't right for your business, but you got to get them to respond first before you can find out. And doing it this way, following these four things, you can increase the response in your advertisement while maintaining your confidentiality so that you can stay in control of the process throughout the selling process. So don't tell people that the business is for sale if they can't help you. Don't put your name or pictures in the advertisement or your exact location. Always have people sign a confidentiality agreement before you ever give them any detailed information about the business. And along with the confidentiality agreement, get some basic background information on them. Now, if you'd like to see the background statement that we use at thebizseller.com, there's a link to that page in the description section below. And here is a link to the first video we did on confidentiality. And here's the button in the upper left if you want to subscribe to our channel to get updates every time that we add a new video. And we usually upload a new video about once a week. So until that next video, I will see you then.